Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Genu Biafrans. Ndewonu, 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 ndewonu ụmụchukwu. Ama m na taa gara ọfụma. We bring greetings to every one of us. More grace to our Amadike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God's protection upon him. May God grant him more wisdom that this campaign will catch up the North and they will all succumb to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's will. He said, we pray for the freedom, for his release, because that judgment was a kangaroo judgment. We pray for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa. And we pray for Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, that God will continue to strengthen him. Nigeria held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They didn't know that somebody like Ekpa will come up. And when Ekpa come up, they now say that Ekpa is the problem and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, now release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom you have found out is not the problem. Omotosho, you went and they wrote a kangaroo judgment and gave to you. And you came and was biting your mouth, a whole judge. What they read, you could not even read it immediately. Maybe they just read it and gave to you. Or what? You were biting your mouth. The whole world saw that thing was written. It wasn't a judgment based on a case. And little did you people knew that after Ekpa is being kept in prison, you brought Ngozi Orabeze to scuttle the struggle. Yet, you never knew that somebody like Ogechukwu Nkere will come up. And this is the man holding all of you on jugular. You never saw him. And that is how it will be happening. It is high time you realize that Biafra has come to stay. It's high time you understand that. Because the more you suppress it, the more it keeps sprouting out. Biafra, more especially those efulefu politicians in the southeast. Because of your political ambition. Unuji innocent citizens, the more the light of Biafra is coming up, the more you try to cage it. Britain has tried so many ways, yet they could not. So as you try to cage Biafra, the light will still be coming out, because you can't cover the light. You cannot cover a light. You cannot cover a light. All right? So that is it. If you have knowledge, you understand that all the persecution you are giving to Biafra, that it is for an upliftment. Makanasi no kwa gbara upliftment. The more you subject Biafra to torture, the more you are uplifting it. And that is the stage we are. You have lifted it up to international stage. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a global icon. And you have helped to lift him to that stage. So the more you press or you suppress Biafra, the more Biafra is getting on higher, getting to the next level, getting on higher, and continue to win. it will continuous winning the more you continue to suppress it. It is a sign that you cannot kill Biafra anymore. All right? Let's take a look of the gospel. When Jesus Christ emerged, they say that Jesus was carrying blasphemy because they were afraid of the population Jesus Christ our Lord was commanding. His prophecy, which were true. The Pharisees, they all gang up against him, just like the politicians gang up against Nnamdi Kanu. But you will not kill Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu is not Jesus Christ. All right? So after then, they eliminated Jesus Christ. They killed our Lord Jesus Christ in order to quench the gospel. The disciples all rose up. The gospel continued to spread. They were capturing the disciples, buying them in order to quench the spread of the gospel. Yet, the more they do that, the more the gospel continues spreading. Many people were rising up. Oh, maka ndị na-asị that na Jesus Christ na-ekwu rubbish about Jesus Christ. You don't know who the Lord Jesus is. Okay, I'm not here to preach, but just to give you a background that the truth cannot be stopped. So Jesus Christ came with the truth. Every attempt to kill the truth gave up to the rising of the light of Christ, which we are having today. So these Janjaweeds, the Fulani militias, who are trying to eliminate Christians in order to see that they quench it. Now it is also in the global that even those who are not Christian are also talking about the genocide against Christians. So the more you try to quench Biafra, Biafra is a light. The rising sun, you cannot stop it. The more you try, the more it spread, the more it goes higher. So, Okuno Maria. All right. So we have so many things to discuss or to bring to us. Before then, this is Nelly's TV. Please, as you come in, click the like button, share and subscribe. Click the like button, share and subscribe, please. Very important. As you click the like button, it will help this broadcast to go viral and it will help the channel to grow. So biko dịka ị na-abata, just knock back on a like button ka ọ na-aga aga. Ndewonu. All right, and very important, share it also, please. Let's come and reason together. And I want to beg us, please support your freedom, support this freedom. The way it is going, you see that God is making a way for himself. Chineke na-emere onwe ya aha n'elisi Biafra maka ogbugbe egbugoro ụmụ Biafra adịgo too much. Ọbara akwafugoro adịgo too much. So Jehova nọ n'oche eze ya. Okay? Anyị nwawo mmadụ ga-eme nke anyị ji wee wụrụ mmadụ. Chineke na-emezikwe nke dịrị anyị. All right? So for us to go viral, for us to keep sustaining it, because it cannot go back again, please support this freedom. Please support this freedom. I beg you. Do not sit on the fence anymore. It's high time you come out from your hidings to come and support this freedom. No matter what you have. Or competition, we're going on a competition. Please. And I beg us to have a genuine mind towards this struggle. Let us stop sabotaging it. Let's come together and fight this common fight. Nnamdi Kanu. Because of this fight, I saw a young man that said that Nnamdi Kanu, he could not hold it. Depression waged there. Depression caught up with him, a very young man. He's a die-hard Nnamdi Kanu's fan and Biafra. So because of that, he didn't want anything because he could not hold it. He didn't know how he was going to survive it. When he thought that they are going to give him life in prison, he put off his television. Now, it was after everything that people started telling him, look at how the case went. Then he on the television to view it again. And that is how Nnamdi Kanu is. To put the enemy to shame. They knew that Nnamdi Kanu is loved by billions of people. By billions of people. So they are seeing that Anibo, the southeast, more especially, in fact, the Biafran land, more especially the southeastern part, okay, Anibo precisely, that what they have been looking for, they have not been able to get it. So what is happening in the north, in the west, they have tried all kind of things to put Anibo in disarray. So what they did was to do this, to see our reactions. Anibo now boil, when people will start to destroy property, buying here and there, then they will now push their Janjaweeds in uniform to come and clean up the remaining of their evil. So, but I thank God that God intervened. They knew that Nnamdi Kanu is loved by millions, and thousands upon thousands are ready to give up for him. They knew that. But I just thank God for the intervention that happened. So shame on Nigeria. Shame on Nigeria. Shame on those politicians that are from Southeast, the entire Southeastern zone. Shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. You thought that your own Amira, so that all of you will go free. It's you people that they will first handled. Okay? But thank God for everything. Before we go further, for this, we have to play jingle for Amadike. Okay? And we pray that Mazo Gechukwu Nkere, Ukwaga ha akpogi, iga na-eje eje na abata abata, because you are the eye we have now. You are the eye we have now. Hapụ ndị efulefu ahụ. Ha gasha na Russia ga-abecha akwa. What else would they do? May God help us. This Biafra we must get, and Biafra is here. Gunther has said that Nnamdi Kanu is an icon, and truly is an icon. So we are going to see the mischief of Nigerian government. Well, let me not talk too much. Let's play our jingle, then we move on. Ndi gara na US, you just bath, wear your clothes, and went to US to go and lie before the congressmen, to go and lie before the whole world. But thank God that they saw how the congressmen, they all reacted. They were very disappointed with that lady, that Igbo lady they sent. Hi, Chineke n'ihere mekwanụ unu. Na ihere mekwanụ ndị be anyị. Chai, ogini dị nka. Election ya ha ga-edu onwe gị nnọọ, ha dupu gị. Ha dupu gị wụ nwa nwaanyị. Nwata nwaanyị edupu gị. Were gị gaa mee ihere. You don't even know how they are looking at you. They will begin to trace you. America will begin to look at you to see maybe you have a good record for you to come there and allow Nigeria to use you for that dirty job. Some of them that they sent, you were the first to go and speak, and others took their shield, went to their shield when they saw how the reactions was. They went to their shield. Abiedupunu, ndị iberibe, they are everywhere.
Biafra is only asked for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone will sacrifice his life for you and I? Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for these people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. He lost daddy and mommy and he live for nothing, doesn't care about nothing and abandon his family. Take your time and think what he's going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him African juju. Oh no, freeing up the cannon now. Let me hear you sing. Freeing up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon. Freeing up the cannon. Freeing up the cannon. Freeing up the cannon now. You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said, it's a prophecy. Take it on your living, let you believe. He's so fanatical and never ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon now. Up the cannon now. Everybody know my job is singing. Up the cannon now. Freeing up the cannon, yeah. Freeing up the cannon.
Please click the like button, share this broadcast, call people to come in, let us reason together. Biko nunu, metụ aka na like button, like anụ ụmụ ndị be anyị, biko nunu. Okay, please click the like button, very important, and share this broadcast, let it go viral, please. Call people to join. Let's reason together. Ndewonu ụmụchukwu. Okay, ndewonu. Please now click the like button, biko nunu. I'm begging us, let's click the like button so that this broadcast will go viral. Click the like button, please, please, please. As you come in, like and share. Like and share. Ndewonu, ndewonu Moshukwu. We are here live to put the record straight. We are not here to carry propaganda. The truth is life, and we are here to tell the truth at all times. That is what our Madike has taught us to do. All right. So let us listen to this man and hear what he's saying. Arise News. Look at. So let's hear from this lawyer. Let's hear him. And so this is Fred Nzako. Okay, call sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. This what do they call them? Esquire or what? Fred Nzako. So let's hear him. Let's hear Fred Nzako or Nzeako. Let's hear from Fred Nzako to hear what he's saying.
With Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject that I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus and who misadvised him and who led him to sack people like Kanu Agabi SAN, Ikpeazu SAN, Paul rr0r1sts SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him. So, do you agree with that view?
Well,
the situation what eventually happened in the Court of Justice Omotosho, could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But what is those are now in the realm of history or in the realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. And the whole issue surrounding the trial, the whole issue surrounding the conviction and the sentencing, the attitude of the court itself, whether the court followed the law or whether the court followed personal opinion of the jurists, or whether the court, in some people's opinion, acted on a script to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken off the streets, in a manner of speaking. Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one, two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Don't forget that the issue of treason is a political decision by the state, because treason is an offense against the state. It has been brought to become an offense against humanity. And that is why there is an international convention against treason. And it was to be able to bring it to the level of, to align Nigeria's act with that of the rest of the world, following the UN Convention, that brought to the repeal of Nigeria's 2011-2012 Terrorism Prevention Act, and reenacted in 2022 with implementation in 2023 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even now, Nnamdi Kanu himself had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law.
Yeah.
And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime. Now...
No, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of 2011.
2013, yeah. Not 2022, 2013. That was repealed.
That's the old law.
The old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so the new law will not take effect. That's why Chief Awomolo SAN is saying that the punishment is death penalty. He was quoting the old law, and that the accused person was charged under the old law. The accused
person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Omotosho's court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure. Okay. There are so many other issues which time may not allow us to explain.
These are issues that can be worked out when the matter goes to the Court of Appeal. Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal. Yes, and that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days. We think we to do so.
However,
so he can do that
to
at
notice
any time.
that Justice Omotosho even said, he was tampering justice with mercy. He was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged his own counsel? I mentioned the very senior lawyers who know the territory. Now, in this same case, what's his name now? Ozekome, SAN, was involved. Kanu Agabi, SAN. Paul Erokoro, SAN. Ikpeazu, SAN. These are people who know the law, the in and out of it, who could have provided a different kind of pathway and who could have handled the matter. But where the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, the presiding judge is a problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Albert, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
No, look, don't quote mob opinion.
It's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why. It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended. It's the duty of the for the judge to say.
What functus officio means.
Yes, for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to Sokoto?
The judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No,
it is
but
not
I
the
didn't
duty.
see Sokoto prison.
It is not the duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of
is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Albert, it's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the judgment?
No, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
he said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so. So, and people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation? The judge, in his wisdom, may be thinking that keeping him in an environment where people can have access to him, that people will be coming to visit him, and of course people will be going to visit him. And now the government are now throwing him to Sokoto. What is the basis for throwing him to Sokoto? That is one. But leave that for the executive to answer. But you can query the judge for making such statement because it does not lie in his purview. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
was that part of the ratio or part of? It was part of
the angst you mentioned. That he insulted the judge.
No, I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge in the open court, the presiding judge, and I now ask if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No, but
contempt in the face of the court.
But that judgment.
So it cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism. If the judge felt he was insulted,
whatever the judge may have said, obita.
The same way
immaterial.
Is good. The same way President Muhammadu Buhari now converted ordinary law of thought to a criminal offense. Nnamdi Kanu insulted Buhari. Yes, it's open. He called him all sorts of names. He has the reasons for calling him all sorts of names. We criticize such calling of names because he was our president. But we have a law that says, if I insult you, Dr. Abati, you take me to court. It's a civil offense. It can't be a crime that he insulted the president, and now the president now turned it to become terrorism. Now, another issue that very important, another issue that still keeps hanging on is, if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts. And that is why his lawyer said, how has Mayor Puffy, word of mouth, act amount to terrorism? You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea, the reasons and the action. If
the mind to commit,
and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he insulted the authorities because he possibly felt that he was not getting what he expected from the system. So these are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. All these elementary things about criminal law, let's put them aside.
Yes.
The matter has already been determined now at this stage. What is the way forward? What do you recommend?
No, but first
as
time,
counsel?
no, it's very simple.
Were you part of
No, I was not part of the legal team.
So, what do you recommend?
No, it's very simple. They will go on appeal.
Yeah.
And they have to go on appeal timeously because our law
By
says,
Monday,
our law says he has 90 days to appeal. But the legal team is up to the task, and they said they are not going to waste any time. But what another?
Okay, at least he has made a very nice point. This lawyer, Fred Nzako, God bless you. God bless you for putting the record straight. Now, so some people, when I made a broadcast sometime, seemed that we are kind of now we have to go for war. We are not going for war. This is the war we are. We have to criticize Omotosho so that the whole world will really know. People that did not really understand the in-depth of his lapses, the in-depth of his mistakes, errors in his judgment. He behaved like somebody that just came out from the bar. Omotosho's judgment was just like somebody that just came out from the bar and was trying to see how he can pass judgment. So that is what we have to be doing, to bring him to the mud, because Nebo Bilongoro. All right? Okay, now, Abati is one of those people na-achọ who know na-adịkarị bias ọ dịghị anaghị gbasara ndị Igbo, ọ na-adịkarị bias. Look at the kind of question he's posing out. But thank God for this man, Fred Nzako. Thank God for you. All right? Okay. On Nigeria, say that Nnamdi Kanu sacked his lawyers and brought us social media lawyers. Who is he calling social media lawyers? Who is he calling social media lawyers? I mean, sometimes these media people, the way how they interview, the way how they pose their question, it's not even ethical. It's not ethical. It's not. It's not just. I don't just know. How will you say that he brought in social media lawyers? Now, your Nnamdi Kanu through this thing, they will say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has big mouth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is insulting people. But Abati don't know that he has insulted the personality of somebody like Ejimako and the Maxwell Okpara. And these people, I think Maxwell Okpara is a PhD holder. But though that most of them that have PhD holder, it doesn't matter. But at least looking at where they have been handling these issues, how can you call them social media lawyers? You forgot in about it that this Ejimako schooled in US. Ejimako schooled in US. All right? And Ejimako has won about by very knowledge, 2 or 3 cases for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay? Now, what Fred is saying, that this case, that base of judgment, the law they are using, which have been repealed, that was what they used to win the case in Umuahia over Nigeria. They won the case over Nigeria in Umuahia by that law. So after that case, after Nigeria was won, that case was repealed, and on no case should it be brought forward again to use to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All right? So Ejimako, who has won, I bring it again, you are calling him a social media lawyer. But the social media lawyer has won 2 or 3 cases for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he is a US graduate. I mean, you are insulting people, but you people are against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he insulted virtually everybody. He has big mouth. Nkuna Bugia, you people's own will not be brought to book. Eh? Hanona High Court, now Peter case Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then it was appealed in High Court Umuahia. In appeal court, sorry. It was appealed in the appeal court Umuahia. So it was appealed. Okay, it was appealed in Umuahia court. Sorry about that. So Ejimako appealed that case in Umuahia appeal court and won the case. After that, they repealed that law. And how can you now bring back the law again, which they have used to win you, to bring it to come and judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? A lot of people now amagi what is happening. Okay, now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why didn't he? I saw one barrister, or not barrister Shediko or barrister Shika. Ama ihe akpọrọ ya akpọ, either barrister Shediko or barrister Shika. Ọ nọ na one channel just rant like Abati is ranting. Why didn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enter defense? Why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enter defense? Appeal court has won Nigeria there, and the Supreme Court has declared that the court in Nigeria has no jurisdiction to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They lack that jurisdiction. They don't have that power to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One, Nigeria committed international crime by adopting an innocent man in Kenya and tortured him. Was about to take away his life. That is murder attempt. Okay? They lack that jurisdiction. So, and if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enters defense, it means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself has nullified that victory which he has won in appeal court, Umuahia, and in Enugu, and what the Supreme Court has ruled that Nigeria don't have that jurisdiction to judge him. So if Nnamdi Kanu had entered that defense, he himself had nullified that. So he has accepted that Nigeria with the authority to judge him. People that don't know this thing are just talking. The highest court has told you that you don't have the power to judge him. So why are you judging him? And you say he should enter defense. So that you enter defense, you can do anything. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enter defense, I like what another lawyer said during that interview, that even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu enter defense, even if all the whole lawyers, all the sons, according to Abati, were there is no judgment that would have been different from what Omotosho has done. Because everybody saw it, that judgment was written and was given to him. The judgment, it was written all over him. You can see it everywhere. You can see it. It's the judgment proved himself that it was written for Omotosho, a whole judge. So Nnamdi Kanu defense, there was nothing different that would have come out of it. And he cannot enter defense because Nigeria lacked the jurisdiction to judge him. So Nnamdi Kanu cannot dispute the law that gave him victory over Nigeria by entering defense. If you now say that he would enter defense, how will he enter defense? So so will he be shooting himself at the leg? So it's not done. Okay? So, and another thing that this man has said, that, as I have said it even before, that Omotosho would have leveled the ground by clearing everything. Now, according to law, this is where we are judging you. Which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was depending. You have to clear it. On which judgment? On which law? Which law are you basing your judgment? Which law? Omotosho refused to say it because he was already biased. Because now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu awuonye fe mmanu. Okay? Now, Unuputa, they una say that he incited, though this one has also agreed that he insulted Buhari, but during the whole time how they make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu persecute, there was never a time in the law they brought it in the court that they brought it that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu insulted Buhari. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them that Buhari was dead years ago and was buried in Saudi Arabia, they never brought it out because evidences were there. Nigeria never brought that case up. Not part of the Buhari, they never brought, even when Buhari was there, they never brought it up in the case. So that insult is not something that should be heard in the courts. Now Abati has also insulted Ejimako and Maxwell Okpara. And where is this the other lawyers that are sued? Will they not take you to court for this? I mean, Unasi no mere incite terrorism or violence. You refuse to give the reasons in the court. The reason for that incitement. What was the reason for the incitement? That is what they don't want to mention. What led to that incitement that you are now saying incitement? You kept saying it. He incited violence and it's a terrorism act. What led to that incitement? You are talking about the action and you leave the reason. So what was the reason? The reason is that even the police, is it the police commissioner or who in Lagos came out and said that for the almost 2 weeks that this protest have been held, that it is a peaceful protest, that he thank God that it is peaceful. But after that, his announcement, Nigeria recruited bandits, brought military and police, brought military there. Military started shooting protestants. They started shooting protestants and was killing a lot of them. At that process, they were reporting to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because many people, not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's channel that was streaming it live. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was one of those channels or medias that were streaming it live. So they were reporting on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that look at what is happening. And what do you expect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do? Will he tell them, no, go and submit yourself to the military to continue paying you? He told them, if they're paying you, pay them back. Simple as that. Collect whatever thing they want to use to pay you, use it and pay them. Will gold. Is there anybody's life that is gold and the other one is a wood? Eh? Is there any life that is so precious than the other? God created every life the same. Life should be preserved no matter who the person is. So who is better to be paid? Military will come and be paying people. And when you want to retaliate, it will be that you are paying the security people. What was the reason? Oh, you know, this Abati, all of you were there saying it that military paid protesters who protested with the Nigerian flag. But now, none of you is saying it in your media. Have you seen how gullible Onodisha? See how gullible you people are. Now, why will Omotosho mentioned that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be kept, which should be kept in a special confinement and should be guarded seriously, and every media of communication should be taken away from him? Is this his duty? Unaputa because of hatred, now be a support and evil. It is not good. It is not just good. All right? If they thought that they kept him in Sokoto, I'm telling you that people will still be going to Sokoto to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People will still be going to Sokoto to see him. All right? So that is just it. We are just pleading to the world to rise up against this injustice on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So now let us see this other let's see this other interview. Kono, I have never seen a country that is lawless. Lawless. You are now coming to defend the judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that it is right. But you have never seen any of these people adopting innocent children in Sokoto. None of them have been brought to book. You people cannot call Nigeria to tell them. And look, now, what they do is that when you are giving them the point, they will be telling you, no, like Albert is doing. You will be putting it aside. You will not allow. Why did you call the person to your television? You will not allow the person to present his or her mind. All the way. Okay, so let's go further. Let's go further. Before then, let me greet people in Ndewo Moshukwu, Izu Bible, Easy Coding, Aderele, Ndewo, who is this one? Ndewonu official. Hey, what? I don't know what this thing is doing. Gift, okay. Gift favor. Ndewo nwanne, long time, sis. Ndewo. Roslyn Osiri, greetings. Ndewo nwanyi ọma, ndewo nụ ndị nke m. Thank you for joining. Roslyn Osiri and Biafra Divine. Wow. Ndewo, God bless you all for joining. Let's share this broadcast, please. Let's share it. Let's share. Amadike is coming out with Biafra. So we have to be strong. Let's listen to this barrister again. Those of them, isi kpakọrọ ọnụ, ndị na-ekwu eziokwu, anyị ga na-eweta ha because we have to be exposing the errors of Nigeria and the Barrister Omotosho. We have to keep exposing them. No? All right. Let's go.
Stated there. Some of them are Latin words and all. I would love you to help us break it down, please, so we understand where we are and many more.
Yes, there's an absolute miscarriage of justice in that case. There's a miscarriage of justice because if you look at it, ex nihilo nihil fit. Nothing comes from nothing. You cannot pull something from nothing. Nothing is equal to nothing. Okay. It's a judgment that is delivered per incurium, which means that the judgment itself did not follow the basic legal principle for which it ought to have followed. Now, when you look at the spread of the case, there are three fundamental issues. First, the law upon which he was charged had been repealed. Okay, so the statutory absence of the existence of that law itself, foils that issue. Okay. Two, the objection raised by Nnamdi Kanu in terms of the objection that relates to that the court lacks jurisdiction to that effect was not adhered to by the judge. There is no objection under the law. Once it is brought, the law says that it can be raised at any point before judgment. So, and once it is raised, the court must first of all suspend whatsoever is doing to attend to that. When the issue of jurisdiction is raised, the court must first of all assume jurisdiction to determine whether it has jurisdiction or not. That was not done. Okay? Then the third one has to do with proof beyond reasonable doubt, the material evidence, the nexus, that the unequivocal evidence that's supposed to link Nnamdi Kanu to the charge was not there. Like the lawyer said, there was no weapon. Even when you go beyond that, there was nothing direct. You are saying he made this statement, he made that statement. All those who were affected, nobody was called as witness to testify. So the court solely relied on circumstantial evidence under the Evidence Act. Circumstantial evidence requires corroboration before it can be fit for conviction. Okay? So when you look at the case in its totality, this three defects deflates the argument put forth by that judgment for the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu. In criminal cases, the law says that you cannot charge someone for an offense not known to law, and you cannot charge someone for an offense that is not in a written law. Okay, so if you are charging someone on a law that has been repealed, and you have that in your charge sheet, what you need to do is to first of all address that as a prosecution counsel or the prosecution team, which was not done. Okay, criminal trial requires proof beyond reasonable doubt. It is not enough to say he made statements. To whom did he make the statement? Where are the witnesses? Where are the evidence? Okay, upon his conviction, on what basis are you arriving at his guilt and thereafter his conviction and sentencing? Okay, so we don't, in law, you cannot, apply speed and kill it on the altar of technicality. So the court, I absolutely agree with the lawyer that that judgment is sitting on a very wrong tripod, because by the time you clear those three angles, three aforementioned angles, there's nothing left of that judgment, because it is political. Perhaps there is a pressure to score points, but the law does not see it that way. Whether a matter is political or not, even if a matter is political, it must conform to legal process, legal proceedings. If a defendant is raising an objection, you don't say because you want to deliver judgment, you want to end the case, you go ahead and deliver judgment. When in section 36 of the 1999 Constitution, it says that the defendant must be given adequate time and facility to prepare for his defense. There are times when a judge
he was given more than enough opportunity.
No.
Especially when he said he wanted to defend himself. The judge kept telling him
when he filed the objection, the motion to challenge jurisdiction, the judge refused to hear the motion. He was given enough time to enter his defense, but he opted for a motion.
So what's the difference?
To challenge the jurisdiction. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are asking him to open his defense. That's to call his witnesses that he has listed. He listed many of them. You're asking to call them and have his case dispensed with. You understand? You gave him enough adjournment on that. In the process of that, he came up with a motion. He brought out a motion. he filed a motion and said that I am challenging the jurisdiction of this court. It's allowed in law. Objection can be brought at any point before judgment.
Wow.
Yes. There are times when a judge has written a full judgment, has adjourned to deliver the judgment, and will file motion to arrest the judgment. It's allowed in law. So what will now happen is that instead of the court to go ahead to deliver that judgment, the court will suspend that judgment, the substantive suit, and focus on the motion filed. Okay? And then deal with that motion to its conclusion before it goes back to the judgment. That is the law. Okay? So if that was not followed, would you still say that the judgment is sound on that? See, judgment, however sound and brilliant, that is delivered by a court that lacks jurisdiction goes to no issue. Ex nihilo, nihil fit, from nothing comes nothing. This judgment cannot be an exception. It cannot be because lawyers just kept quiet. You can't. This is the first judgment that we are putting something on nothing and expecting it to stand. It cannot stand. This has nothing to do with emotions. And the fact that a defendant is unruly in court, uncultured and mannerless, does not give the court, does not give the court, does not empower the court to pass judgment against him. There are other options the court ought to have turned to by contempt, you know. The court will have charged him for contempt or any other remedy available to the court. So because I've heard people say because he was unruly, that is why the court had to quickly. That is judicial blasphemy. To convict a man because he's unruly. No.
See, it's actually interesting, Barrister, you're saying. Yes, Barrister, sorry to cut in here. It's actually very interesting as you fleshing out some of these things and expose them as much as you can. But as a lawyer, is it fair to say that at this point you are questioning the intellectual dexterity of Omotosho SAN at this point, and knowing what he had going on?
Very well. What do we do on appeal? I can talk like this now because the case has ended. And they have not filed appeal. They are filing today or tomorrow. The reason lawyers cannot talk outlandishly before night because the matter is sub judice. Right now, it's no longer sub judice. And when we go on appeal, what do we say? We say, see how we couch appeal. Let me tell you how we couch appeal. The learned trial judge misdirected himself. That's how we couch appeal. When he concluded or meant to, so that's how you couch appeal. The learned trial judge erred in law. Do you understand? So that is it. So you will see that the appeal will be framed around these three premises. It's a criminal matter, it's not a civil suit. Criminal matters that the penalty is capital. You don't treat it with kid's glove. The fact that Nnamdi Kanu unwittingly said he was going to defend himself does not change the procedures and principles of law. The procedures and principles of law, they still stand. Jurisdiction is a threshold issue, is a hallmark of litigation. When a court lacks jurisdiction, it lacks everything. And one thing the law forbids is that you can't pull something from nothing. It will not work.
You are shaking the table at this point, and
it's very, very good that this man is maybe some of you are getting senses. That's why we say we should keep exposing the lukewarmness and the loopholes of Omotosho's judgment. It is baseless. It is baseless. He refused to attend to the appeal to the submission raised by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said that submission can be submitted at any point in time, even when the judge has written the judgment about to pass it out. That judgment can be arrested by submission, and he has to listen to what they are talking. But Omotosho, the whole thing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been submitting to him. None of them, anyone he brings, he throw it. Who does that? Who does that? And Omotosho, as a judge he is, refused to know that this law he is bringing in has been repealed and was used to win them over. And that a higher court than him has said that he doesn't have that jurisdiction to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maka, the other one we just show Abati, who is saying that people like Kanu Agabi and Kanu Agabi was one of the lawyers of Peter Obi. How many lawyers did Peter Obi have? Plenty of them, with enough trailers of evidences. But did Obi win that case? Did Obi win it? Did all the sons that were behind Obi in that case, did they win that case? What are you people saying? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why will he enter his defense himself and talk about the lawyers? That is babash. So the judgment is baseless because, one, he refused to accept the submission. He did not give ear to it. The evidence of terrorism was not cleared. And there was nothing like evidence of terrorism because all the people that they brought, the mask and brought in the court, none of them gave concrete evidence. Even the people they asked that they are talking about the transmitter, he said that there was no weapon found. I mean, this incitement, you people are saying that he incited. Did any of them tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave him a gun and asked him to go and shoot this person? None. I mean, so it's good as this thing is coming up, we keep bringing it for people to keep knowing, because a lot of people brains have been corrupted, okay? But as we keep bringing this in, matter that look at the loopholes, and that these people don't have any right to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing in the court, he knew what he was doing. And he was right 100% of what he was doing. It's Omotosho that refused to give ear to those things. It's Omotosho that was 40 and was full of mistakes. And how can you come to judge somebody because of bias? He said that he insulted the judge. How can that come into the case of terrorism? You are charging him. If you are taking him to court, you are suing him for insulting you, go ahead and sue him that he insulted you. What led to the insult? And then they will see that if some any insult, if you insult the person back, I want to one. So why will you bring it to come and use it to charge him for terrorism? Why Boko Haram are there kidnapping people, ransacking villages, taking over villages, collecting taxes, collecting ransom? Nigeria. Thank God at least these people, they are now for this clarification, because a lot of them don't even know they will come and be posing questions. If you want to clear and give them the real point, they will be objecting you, just like Abati. Okay.
When a court lacks jurisdiction, it lacks everything.
It lacks everything.
And one thing the law forbids is that you can't pull something from nothing. It will not work.
This you are shaking the table at this point, and
yes, that is what it is exactly. The public need to know. I have an article already that will be published in Sarah Reporters in the next.
The public need to know. So that is what we will keep doing. Macon, when I was preaching on this, somebody came, the last broadcast I made, that this is not what we should be talking about now. All right? That is what we should be talking about now. And the next thing we should be talking about is how to fund this freedom. How to fund this freedom. Okay? We should support Mazogechukwu Nkere. Support him. And we have to keep exposing Omotosho. We have to keep lecturing those people that blame Bagora. Now that doesn't know the behind what Omotosho did, and the mistakes, a lot of mistakes made by Omotosho. Okay, so how can Omotosho come to the court and be reading that count 2? There is no option. Without option, without no option of fine. Option 7 without no option of. Can you be making that kind of mistake? A judge without no, repeatedly, deliberate mistakes here and there because of bias. Okay, in one brochure about somebody, it will make you to be falling into fire without knowing. But one day you will land into fire. Omotosho's career has been killed and destroyed. He has used his hand and killed his career. Now, publish that in Sahara Reporters. Let the whole world hear it. Now, Nigeria is gullible. That was why Canada said that Nigerian legal system is full of terrorism. Is nonsense. And then she said that the Nigerian system is a useless system. Okay. You people have also Omotosho forgot that people went to Nnamdi Kanu's house at Afaruku and did all the atrocities they did. Who led that? One Paul Enenche led that act. Naganiru.
1 or 2 hours, which I wrote last night. That judgment, I didn't even know the. I have an article already that will be published in Sarah Reporters in the next 1 or 2 hours, which I wrote last night. That judgment, I didn't even know the. It's going to coincide with what we have, what I'm going to talk about this morning. Okay, so the law have processes and procedures. That is why it is not a sound judgment to allow non-lawyers to dabble into, to say, I want to defend myself. It is not, because let me tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu had allowed Kanu Agabi to even do this defense, these whole issues would have been very difficult for the court to even convict in the first place, because they were brought up salient issues. And see, it's not enough that people died. You must link that death to an act of terror, and you must link that terror to the defendant. You understand? Somebody said somewhere, made a broadcast somewhere, that you do this, then you interpreted it to mean he incited people. You understand? Then you do not go further to prove it by saying I incited people. These are the persons that are affected. These are their testimony. These are the witnesses. This person were affected in this particular place. The broadcast led to this and the rest of that. You are just saying from here that it was the broadcast that led to the killing of police at the NSAS, or the broadcast just led to which police was killed during the NSAS. So please, we can't just sit back.
Which police was
No,
killed?
no, hardly will you find a lawyer that supports Nnamdi Kanu's approach and his conduct and his character. His character is distasteful. His conduct is overbearing. The way he approached matter is not acceptable. But on this issue of his trial,
he is depressed by Nigerian Act. Okay, you might not like his approach, you might not like the way he acts, but he has the right to act the way he's acting because of the way he has been treated. Oyeka ga-aga na be ya with the armor tank. You go to his house, invaded his father's compound, and died a lot of people, innocent people. Imakwa the painful that now you pick somebody, you tie the person and put the person on the ground and use armor tank to climb on the person and crush the person. Do you know what it means? I mean, if this thing is recalling on Nnamdi Kanu's brain, it will make him to react anyhow. I'm telling you. Eh? Let's put ourselves in his shoe. To go to Gimbo. In Washi, where they were monitoring outside, in the CCTV that were there, they were monitoring outside what was happening because everything was viewing live. You pick somebody because they barricaded that they don't want you to go inside to go and pick Mazin and and buy him. You will pick somebody, you will tie the person hand, tie the person leg, and put the person on the ground. Somebody that you did not get any weapon from him. These are what people are not saying. You put him on the ground and use our time to climb the person and crush. You take the next person, you do the same thing. I mean, who does that? Who does that? This is a very grievous offense that was committed in Afaruku, which people have not been saying. This thing. People are not bringing it out. It was out of the shooting that happened in Nnamdi Kanu's house that led to his mother and father, who the elderly parent like that. At least even their BP will rise. And because of that, trying to see how they can be saved, they sustained a lot of injuries. Which they were taken to Germany for treatment. And at the process, they were tied. They gave up. I mean, if you are in Nnamdi Kanu's case, what will you do? And after that, he managed to escape. You still went to Kenya and kidnapped him and gave him a very terrible torture. Still, you kept him in detention, in DSS, for how many years now? Being sick, you refuse him treatment. What else? How would Nnamdi Kanu react in the court? You know? If it is you, how will you? I know you people will condemn it, but think of what is the, just as we are reasoning here, what is the cause effect of the incitement which you have agreed? So that is the same thing. What is the cause effect of Nnamdi Kanu's reaction?
The prosecution hadn't proven his case. Because the prosecution is supposed to rely on the strength of his case than rely on the weakness of the defendant's case. What they did, all the evidence they tendered and the rest of that, they were not disproved or rebutted. That is why the court went that direction. And even when the court went that, the court still erred by going that direction because jurisdictional issues were pending. Lack of proof beyond reasonable doubt, the standard in criminal matter, was not adhered to. And so you can't just rush because you want to convict and then conclude that it's a complete miscarriage of justice, to say the least.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. So, can a life sentence stand if no?
Complete. It's not complete again. Let me hear him again.
That it's a complete miscarriage of justice.
Complete miscarriage of justice. Complete miscarriage of justice. All right. That's what the
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. So, can a life sentence stand if no arrested perpetrator linked Kanu to to the alleged crimes? Can it still stand?
Can an arrested what?
Can a life sentence? He was given a life sentence. Can a life sentence stand if no arrested perpetrators linked Kanu to the alleged crimes?
That is part of what was saying, that for now the court has reached its own decision. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If Kanu does not appeal, this judgment will stand. Do you understand? However, erroneously delivered and not considering the full principles of law. But if this judgment is appealed, which is probable, you understand, it will not stand because of the legal error made by the court of first instance.
Very good.
So the court of appeal will have to look at those grounds of appeal vis-a-vis the laws that establish them, the laws that they are going to back them up with. And the court of appeal will take a decision whether the court of first instance did the right thing or it erred. At appeal, nobody's calling witnesses. It's a jury court. The court of appeal is looking at the decision taken by the court of first instance, the reason behind the decisions, okay, and the legal consideration of law that was applied by the court to the fact of the case. Where they are wrong, the court of appeal will point them out.
All right.
Okay.
And take a decision.
Understood.
Okay.
All right. So let's.
A law full of errors. Don't know the area this one is coming, whether it is also important. Full of errors. So, well, still the appeal court, it is also a Nigerian court. We are not overwhelmed of what is going to happen. But the good thing is that the matter is going to be appealed or has been appealed. And if they want to do the right thing, they have to look at the errors of that judgment. The errors of that judgment, okay? And to know how erroneous it was. Full of lapses, baseless. Let me hear what is coming.
Let's take a look at some comments from Nigerians who have written here. We have one Chalo T2X who said, the people sharing Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast on social media are the ones inciting the public. So it's not the creator, the content creator, but those who share it. That's what this young man is saying.
Yeah.
And another person said, that is Anthony, said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. He called him Jesus of our time. God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and one Dr. Ngozi in the United States of America. So let's get to this matter. I truly do understand that every nation comes with its constitution, the way it should do things, law and all that. But I'd love to know if this is a universal application, especially with regards to the evidence that you shared, that if someone makes a broadcast and there's no evidence that really shows that the person physically was part of what he has said, that he has no case. But in the case of Simon Ekpa,
that's Finland. He was judged on the premise of all the things he said, just like Nnamdi Kanu, and jailed for 5 years plus. And equally, let's take this equally to Rwanda. During the genocide era, a young man, a broadcaster, who was saying, kill the cockroaches, one Kachagwa, he made himself to Canada and was repatriated back because the Canadian people said, no, we can't stand this. You can't just make statement, and as a result of that, people kill people. These two individuals, Simon Ekpa and this man from Rwanda, they didn't actively participate in it, but because of what they created, led to so many issues.
Simon Ekpa did not tell anybody to buy anybody. That is another lies you people are carrying out, flying everywhere. Simon Ekpa never asked anybody to buy anybody. Just like they say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu incited sit at home every Monday in Southeast. Whereas Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention and this sit at home is going on. The only sit at home Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instituted is once in a year, which is 30th May, honoring the fallen heroes. Okay? But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention and they are saying that he orders it at home. Mazi Simon Ekpa never asked anybody to buy anybody. Okay? The same brokers is making for freedom, free my people. And that self-defense is allowed internationally. That people should defend themselves, and he is not the only person that have said it. That is what Simon Ekpa is also preaching. All right? It is still the same Nigeria with a kangaroo and bribing anywhere they can bribe. That is what they did in Finland because they want to have ties, because they allow Finland to come and be building, is it power station or what? Power station in Lagos. This is a country in Sinahane may function. Because Finland is doing that in Nigeria. That's why they want to please Nigeria to jail his own citizen who is fighting for the freedom of his people the same way they also did. The same way which they Finland did. So Simon Ekpa never did such. It is not the reason that Simon Ekpa is jailed. Why the reason is the act of Bianco Jukwu. Bianco, no. She is one of the people that makes Simon Ekpa to be where he is. Ngozi Orabeze, which people mentioned here, is one of the reasons that Simon Ekpa is where he is now. All right? So let us be guided. Let us be guided. We can't just come here and be telling lies against somebody. Now, even this sit at home that Simon Ekpa is saying sit at home, it was Emma Powerful and Co. that ordered that sit at home in the umbrella of IPOB. Simon Ekpa was even against it. But Biafrans went ahead to honor it. When they honored it, and they said, this Biafra struggle has entered autopilot. And that is why they gave the oppositions, the DOS, they said it's an autopilot. They're calling this the government autopilot. Okay? So that was the reason when people adhered to it, that they have bought foodstuffs according to the announcement of the Ima Powerful under the umbrella of IPOB, not even Simon Ekpa. So it was when people supported it that made Simon Ekpa to go ahead to support the masses of what they want. Because Biafra is not the first people to go to carry out civil disobedience. To carry out civil disobedience. Germany carried it for about how many months? About 2 years. They sat at every Monday. They were doing sit at home for a whole 2 years. India sit at home for a whole 20 years. India, for their freedom. So if we are sitting at home, why is it a problem? Why is the Southeast economy your problem? Now, government of Lagos are destroying Igbo's property, destroying their businesses. Are they not forcing people to sit at home? Because when you destroy somebody's business, what do you want the person to do? To go home and sit without doing anything. And the economy has been disrupted. Even the Lagos economy has also been breached. So that one is not a problem. It's not affecting the economy of the country of Lagos. Abi, a lot of billions of dollars of Igbo's property that have been destroyed in Lagos. What kind of sit at home is Lagos State forcing people over there? But it is the modern sit at home at Southeast that is the problem. What about this one that is entirely? You destroy the home, children homeless, business destroyed. What would the person be doing? Is it not to go and fire Kanu Nampata? To go and sit at home? So I don't understand how Nigerians reason. Please, the sit at home in Lagos is more painful. It's very, very painful than what you people think that is happening in Southeast. Let's put the record straight, please. All right? So, I don't know why. So, EPA sentence is a kangaroo one equally. Just as they have carried the kangaroo sentence over Nnamdi Kanu. I have said it, that it was because of the Bianca Ono, Ngozi Orabueze, and co that made Finland to do this. And the Nigerian government, who is interested to stop Biafra agitation, and then Finland, who is interested in the business, in her own business. You see it over Nigeria or from Nigeria. That's why they did that, to please Nigeria. So they carry out their kangaroo sentence over Simonetta. So sentence for terrorism is life imprisonment. But EPA was given 6 years. Now, you people are saying that EPA's case, they hold him for committing terrorism. These are the. How can a Western country give somebody who committed terrorism at 6 years imprisonment, which is invariably 3 years? Invariably 3 years. Where on earth can that happen? Maybe in Nigeria, but in Western world, you cannot give a terrorist a jail term of six years, which is in the other way 3 years. And the man Nnamdi Kanu, who you say that he incited terrorism, is given life imprisonment. And the judge said it is out of mercy. It would have been sentenced to death. Could you just imagine such? Just imagine such. So what is it telling you? That all these things are cooked up in order to quench Biafra struggle, in order to kill Biafra struggle. So it cannot work. Nigeria is just busy bribing everywhere. That's why they have the Minister of Foreign Affairs can tell the Canadian lady that they paid you because they are busy paying everywhere. Nigeria brought about 2.7 billion to 2.7 million to 2.7 million dollars to have counter lobbying against Biafra government in exile lobbying. Could you just imagine that? $2.7 million. But there are workers who have not been paid for 6 months. A lot of workers are underpaid. A lot of people are not working. Many people are dying of hunger. Many pensioners are not being paid pension. But look at the amount of money they are coughing out to bribe. The other day, I told us that they gave Lai Mohammed, $500 million to put in communication. Everything died off. That is how they keep wasting money on things that does not matter, instead of investing. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu told them. Make your government to be workable. Stop the killing of people. Stop it. Nigeria refused and went to hang somebody that is trying to save the citizens. So now, who is against the well-being of Nigerian citizens? I don't just understand where Nigeria is coming from. What kind of country is this? Ex-Nigeria. Now, wow. So let's keep going. Please, I beg you, share this broadcast. As you come in, click the like button. Very important. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. My sister Rose Osiri, thank you for reminding us on that. Hit the like button. All right. Okay. Monday Stars, thank you for joining. Greetings. All right, let's listen. We'll keep preaching the good news. So, an innocent man, you will see how they are pampering terrorists. How Nigeria is pampering terrorists, but after innocent people. They go after innocent people. Let's hear it. That's the area we are going now.
You see that we're better under the preventive net than to be cast, the face of insecurity, just so that when people are taking, you not go after. And so this whole thing is not making sense at all.
It's not making sense. And still on the issue, the Inspector General of Police has been tasked by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that about 30,000 new police personnel are recruited into the service. And equally, the military are hoping to get 24,000 people. They said that 10,000 that they had already had on board went away. And therefore, they said if Nigerians refuse to enlist with the military,
let's get him again.
And so this whole thing is not making sense at all.
It's not making sense. And still on the issue, the Inspector General of Police has been tasked by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that about 30,000 new police personnel are recruited into the service. And equally, the military are hoping to get 24,000 people. They said that 10,000 that they had already had on board went away. And therefore, they said if Nigerians refuse to enlist with the military, that every young man above the age of 18 would be forced to serve with the military. Do you think that would ever come to fruition in Nigeria anytime soon?
That will lead to more confusion, because if you force people against their will to be enlisted in the army or in the police, then it's an invitation to chaos. It's an invitation to crisis, because this person you are going to force against their will to join the army, then you give them gun later on. The ones that join willingly are using the gun to shoot people, to kill people recklessly. Then you now force people to join. By the time they join, you will not be able to handle the crisis that will follow it. Yes, because you have not sanitized the army, you have not sanitized the police. You don't have plans for them. Their barracks are always dirty. Their uniforms are dirty. They cannot dress well, they cannot eat well, they cannot bathe well, their children cannot go to good school.
Excuse, let's get this place again. Enoro, before we go further, Nigeria soldiers say that 10,000 people that were recruited into military, that they don't know where they are. Where are they? Boko Haram, ISWAPs, Fulani militants have spied them all. They lack personnel. They have spied them all. So because when they send them on errand, they will inform the what do you call them? They will inform the militaries. Sorry, they will inform the terrorists. They will now go and lay ambush, and all of them will be spied. They will still come to the public and lie. The families where these people came from will not even be communicated. No dime, no compensation. When you look, you don't see your son or your daughter or your brother or your cousin or whoever that went to military. If you don't see the person again, you just have to say, to take heart that one is gone. 10,000. And they say they are going to force Nigerians from 18 years above to join the military. Nigeria. Telling you that Nigeria is a failed state. It's a failed state. Military should be something that you have, if you have passion to protect lives. That is why they will come and be buying people, because they just bring any people anyhow. You want to force people to go into military. After forcing them to go into military, you will still go and expose them to the terrorists. Now, this brigadier that was spied, how was he spied? They went on he pick him where he was. I still tell you that Nigeria is a failed state. How can a brigadier be communicating with WhatsApp when he's supposed to be be communicating with what do they call it? Walking, talking, or what? Is that what they call it? The walking, talking. Please, on the comment section, if I'm right, they call it walking, talking. That is why you're supposed to be communicating, which is more secured. Which is more secure than WhatsApp. Okay, you are communicating with your people in WhatsApp. Instead of those people to come, how is it that the people that first responded were the terrorists that surrendered him? And that was how they fired him. So who gave information to the terrorists? How did they know where the man was? How? Nigeria is a failed state. It's a failed state. It's a failed state. So let's listen to him again.
To handle the crisis that will follow it. Yes, because you have not sanitized the army, you have not sanitized the police.
You have not sanitized the army, you have not sanitized the police. They brought Anya Nasegeshiri Okporokporonko na nke dị fresh wee shikọta ọnụ. How can it work? You have not, you bring terror, you say they repented Boko Haram, you bring them into police, into military. Let me tell you, this thing that are saying that in Southeast, that IPOB are buying police, are calling unknown gunmen. I am telling you not what they said, what happened. What happened in my own community. What happened in my own community. So that was that time they were going about buying people in the police station. They would say they attacked this police station. That time. They came to my community. All right. One of the police stations, it was a town close to my community. One of the police stations there, but we are the same. Okay, if I say my community, it's my community. One of the police stations was attacked, and some policemen were pied. But luckily, one of those hoodlums were gone down. It was in the morning that they went to see this person that was gone down. Lo and behold, he was a Fulani person with a lot of charms on his waist, with the mark on his face, Fulani mark. I am telling you the gospel truth. I am telling you the gospel truth. Meanwhile, people were already saying that it is a unknown government, it is a ESN, it is ESN. But that morning shocked a lot of people that were even saying that. A lot of people were shocked. People gathered to go and see really. They unmasked the person and saw that he was a Fulani person with charms on his waist. So have you seen it? They came to down, they were brought down to Southeast to cause problem. That was what Lolo Chimezie, Nneka Chimezie was saying, that he knows those people that are causing this thing. Asari boys brought, and the Boko Haram. Okay? So let's hear him say that they are not sanitized.
Join. By the time they join, you will not be able to handle the crisis that will follow it. Yes, because you have not sanitized the army, you have not sanitized the police. You don't have plans for them. Their barracks are always dirty. Their uniforms are dirty. They cannot dress well, they cannot eat well, they cannot bake well.
Their barracks are dirty. Their uniform are dirty. Everything about them is dirty. They cannot dress well. I remember when in one of the broadcasts somebody was making, so he said that somebody dash police a van that he just bought. He said that, do you know that before you know what is happening, that van was turned to something else because they could not wash it. He said the one he was using for how many years before he bought that one that he dashed to police was still as new as. But the one he just gave to police was unkept. They could not wash it. They could not maintain it. That is Nigeria, a failed state. A failed state. Everything is not workable. Even as a military, before they gave you uniform, you pay through your nose. They will give one of the high-ranking person the contract, and you will pay through your nose to sew a uniform. A failed state. Uniform they're supposed to be giving them free of charge. Free of charge, but they are paying.
Their children cannot go to good school. You have turned them to refugees. Then you are now asking people who are living their normal life that they should come and join. Many of them were excited. They joined when they saw the texture, when they saw the texture and the temperament of welfare and service. They all left. Yes. Former Governor Juzo Kalu was on Arise
They did not
TV.
leave.
Yes.
They were quiet because we saw a video where military went to attack to engage these terrorists. A lot of them were eliminated. The few that were alive, if you see how they were battered with injury, in fact, the worst thing that I could not behold my eyes, that Nigeria could not take them to hospital. Do you know what happened? If you were shot on the leg, they will use rope to tie your leg to maybe to prevent the is it the poison of the gun or whatever from going up. I don't really know why they were tying them like that. They were tied in place. That's how they were tying. It was the follow military. They are treating themselves. Hey, Chineke, these are children of people, husbands of people. That thing happened in Kebbi. It's a recent act in Kebbi. When they went to rescue those girls that were kidnapped, a lot of them were tied. Those ones that came alive were battered with injury. Yet Nigeria could not take these people to hospital. They were managing to treat themselves, tying rope. I said, I saw yes. People were shot by the back. I say, what? A failed state. That is why they will tell people to, that is what this my brother is saying. How can you tell people to come and join that kind of a thing? And somebody that have a normal life. Military. If you are from Southeast, you still have intention to join police or join anything force in Nigeria.
Yesterday on Politics Sunday to complain about the fact that it was even telling Shehu that when the government put out vacancy for police, why didn't Shehu apply? So it has got the federal government is that desperate. See, when you have frustrated people for so long, they lose when your human beings lose faith in you. There's no amount of program you organize that will interest them. That's exactly what is going on. You see these people that all these people that applied and you cannot find them any longer. Just go around in the afternoon, just go around the Bet Ninja shop. You see them at the Bet Ninja shop playing bet. You understand? Some of them are doing Yahoo and the rest of that. Some of them are in Paraga joints as early as 6:30 drinking their sorrows away. So when you have frustrated people to that point, what exactly do you want them to do? To join your army where you are, army that is infested with insurgents?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the army they should join?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they watch how the general was killed a few days ago?
Okay.
How was he killed? He made a call.
Okay.
He made a video WhatsApp call to let the army to know where exactly he is. It was that same call that some people in the army used to inform ISWAP about his location.
Imagine.
That same thing is what they use. What led to his death actually came from the army. When he thought they were coming for his rescue, he never knew was the enemy that was coming. So that's the one that you are asking people to rush to go and jump. There was a time in this country where people applied to the Nigerian army, they were never taken. I remember I have a brother that was very athletic, had all the composure. If you see him, you say this one could have made it to the army and the rest of that. He did everything, passed all the training, they did not take him. Change his name from this into Hausa name. They take him.
Imagine.
Today now you're not
change his name to Hausa name. Hey, as you know, but that will won. You tell me that is a one country. Hi.
People to rush. What's the motivation exactly? Do you have health insurance for them? What's the welfare like? You understand? You know, a lot of people rush into the United States Army because of the welfare that surrounds it and what is in it for them and their future.
So I think
in the case of
the message from this one. Okay, let us see how these sponsors are still busy defending the Boko Haram, whereas our people are busy exposing an innocent man to Nigeria for them to have him over. Let's hear Gumi. See how Gumi is freely going about. Gumi is freely going about defending Boko Haram, defending ISWAP, defending Fulani herdsmen, just like the Minister of Foreign Affairs was busy defending Fulani militias. Look at how Gumi is freely. Nobody is saying anything to him. Nobody is swallowing him. Nnamdi Kanu kwuru, defend yourself. Defend yourself. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru, onye ha ji wee nye ya life imprisonment. saying that no Messi. But look at somebody here. Let's hear Gumi.
We are under pressure to fight government that has. We are under pressure.
Okay.
To fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. So you remove the pressure, the need for the money is there. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life at all. They are living in huts.
Imagine what this man is saying. That how they use helicopter to come and be bombarding them. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life that they are suffering. Oh, yeah, Gumi no Neku. Who is these people he's talking about? The terrorists, so Fulani militia, so it was Lakawara, so oh, yeah, Gumi no neighbor now defending. Gumi is here defending them, that they are there in the bush, that life is not easy for them there. They are not living a luxurious life. I mean, what are they doing in the bush? Gumi, who sent them to the bush? What is their work there in the bush? Could you just imagine? Nigeria, Shineke. I don't want to interview. Now, State of the Nation. State of the Nation, the name of your interview. They go about having an interview from one station to another, AIT, Arise, and so on and so forth. Nobody stops them. Nobody wallaces them. What they are saying is not a terrorism statement. But Nnamdi Kanu that say defend yourself. Look at how this man is defending Boko Haram, defending terrorists, that they are there in the bush. They are not living a luxurious life. Shineke God. Gumi, who sent them there in the bush? What are they doing in the bush? What kind of life do you want them to live there? What is their duty there?
They have nothing. They drink from sometimes from the stream. So I don't think we can say that they are used to a luxurious life that they won't live it. Actually, they don't even know it with all the money they get.
Sheikh, like you said, they are under pressure. Government is bombarding them, and according to what you say, they are saying that it looks like they're under attack. So maybe they're acquiring weapons to protect themselves. But then again, if the pressure is that much, why don't they renounce banditry? And are they also considering the lives of those that they are also taking, and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable?
Okay, we are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. Okay, you see, if they leave banditry, they will have source of financing their war machine. The question you ask, why are they fighting them?
If they leave banditry, they Chineke na uno no here again. No, please hear this thing again. Chineke na. Hey.
Okay, we are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. Okay, you see,
they are under operation of fighting the government because the government is using helicopter to bombard them, to fight against them. Okay, continue.
Government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. Okay, you see,
also for bombarding us, which means he's included. Hey, Chineke na lekwa terrorist ka na-eme interview na AIT. Chineke na hear him again. So he is inclusive. He said it with his mouth. Hear him again. Gumi has told the whole world that he is a terrorist, not me saying it. It is from Gumi's mouth. Hear him again.
Lives of those that they are also taking, and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable.
Okay, we are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. Okay, you see,
bombarding us. Hey, okay.
Also making, unlivable.
Okay, we are under pressure to fight government.
We are under oppression to fight the government. We are under pressure to fight the government. We are spread this gospel. Please share. We are under pressure to fight government. Gumi is saying,
if the pressure is that much, why don't they renounce banditry? And are they also considering the lives of those that they are also taking and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable?
Okay, we are under pressure to fight.
We are under pressure.
Government that has helicopters, is bombarding us.
Government that has helicopter and they are bombarding us.
According to what you say, they are saying that it looks like they're under attack, so maybe they're quite.
The interviewer said maybe they are under attack. Referring to them, they are. But Gumi is telling you that we are under pressure by government because the government is using helicopter and bombarding us. So we are defending ourselves. Hey, not just that he's protecting. Gumi has told the whole world that he is a terrorist. He's not hidden. That is what he's saying here. Let us hear him again. We'll keep repeating this. Jehovah.
Any luxurious life, like government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. So you remove the pressure, the need for the money is there. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life at all. They are living in huts. They have not. We are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters. We are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. So you remove the pressure, the need for the money is there. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life at all. They are living in huts. They have nothing. They drink sometimes from the stream. So I don't think we can say that they are used to a luxurious life that they won't live it. Actually, they don't even know it with all the money they get.
Sheikh, like you said, they are under pressure. Government is bombarding them, and according to what you say, they are saying that it looks like they're under attack. So maybe they're acquiring weapons to protect themselves. But then again, if the pressure is that much, why don't they renounce banditry? And are they also considering the lives of those that they are also taking and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable?
Okay, we are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. Okay, you see,
bombarding us.
If they leave banditry, they will have source of financing their war machine.
If they leave banditry, they will not have the source of financing their own machine, the war machine. If they leave banditry, they will not have the finance to sponsor or to finance their war machine. Have you seen it? Hey, Shinekin.
The question you asked, why are they fighting them? You see, the herdsman has gone through a lot of hardship. No government has really.
The herdsman has gone through a lot of hardship, and the government has not. What concerns the herdsman? What is this man talking about? I mean, what is Gumi saying here? The herdsman, from where? What is the benefit of the herdsman for the country, for the citizens? Herdsmen from Futajalon, from from Guinea, from Mali, from Chad, from Niger, from Senegal, from Gambia. Obodo. Ndị mmadụ na defend. Look at the kind of country people are defending. A failed state. That girl that went to US hearing. Look at the country you are defending.
Really sat down to see into their flight, to modernize them, to even spend anything. Not one kobo of our Nigerian budget goes to them. And now,
not even kobo, not Nigerian budget does not go to them. I mean, hey. So Nigeria should be budgeting for bandits, for Fulani militias, herdsmen. Nigeria should be budgeting for them. Hey,
they feel the, you see,
dengar dah fe. Alhamdulillah. Woi betat. Tunggu ka aja na.
Have you seen it? This is the kind of weapon they have, and they are showing it to the whole world. Osina henwe ego. Na Chineke nna. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this? Biko nunu. Na ike egwukwara o. I wonder these people that are defending this country. Where are you defending this country to? To where? To where? Please hit the like button, Biafrans. Please hit the like button. Thank you for advocating for this. Okay, Mondo Sass and sis Roslyn Osiri, please adhere and hit the like button. Share this broadcast. Let it go viral. Biko umunne. Kona aga niru niru. We will keep exposing these people. We will keep exposing them. The Obodo is a disgrace. A disgrace, Obodo. Hey, Chineke nna. Nah, it's laughable. Ha ha ha. It's really laughable. Wonder Sass, it's really laughable. Could you just imagine? Hey, yeah. I've never seen a country like this. I hope Obodo ne behave in this way. Let us hear this. Let's listen to this other broadcast.
In order to become the president of Nigeria, not some of Nigeria, now he's going to use Islam and the Sharia to take Nigeria. All over the world, his tactics are different.
Who is trying to take Nigeria?
Now, let me put it for you like this. The architecture for the intelligence behind this thing is more than the local intelligence. But they have contacted local actors. You see, there's what they call the ISWAP. The Fulani is there. Then you have the Kanuri-dominated Boko Haram. Then you have Lakurawa, Ansaru, and all those other offshoots of the global template provided by Al-Qaeda. Many headed, only one heart. And what the idea is to take Nigeria, take West Africa, take the rest of Africa, and then use that resources to dominate the world.
Okay, so it's Al-Qaeda that is trying to take over Nigeria through these different terrorist organizations.
An intelligence created by Al-Qaeda between 1991 and 1996, Osama bin Laden was in Sudan, perfecting the model of how to globalize terrorism and rule the world with Sharia. And he knew they would have to kill Muslims as well. So what we're dealing with is bigger than just a religious problem. It's a supremacist agenda covering its face with Islamic religion.
So for people that may be watching right now, some of them will say we've been hearing about things like this for a long time. Where is the actual evidence? Like what you said Bin Laden drafted in Sudan. Is there a record of it somewhere? Like some people would say, where is the evidence to the things that you're saying?
Okay, one of the greatest weaknesses of the African nations of the world, including Nigeria, is the inability to mathematize inquiry. That is to collect statistics and data, crunch it, and then do what they call concatenation. That is to join all the dots and use that to come to a conclusion and predict things that when they happen, you will not be surprised. If you follow the media in Nigeria over the past 20-something years, there's nothing I have said beforehand that did not come to pass, including when the color of the terrorist, the color skin of the terrorist is going to change in the latter hours, when they are bringing in people from the Maghreb and they're bringing in other people from outside of our borders. So if you want evidence, I will give you some. Number one, let me give you something very simple. There's no place in the world that has responded to an already documented resurgence of global Islamism by claiming to arrest terrorists, and then you claim that you have de-radicalized them, and then you absorb them into the Nigerian army. You see, that one alone is an amazing case of stupidity. I've never heard of this kind of madness before. An armed robber comes to your house, you arrest him. Instead of prosecuting him, you claim that you have changed his mind and you now make him join your megadis. That is, of course, one. Number two, if we collate, I can tell you from the beginning, one of the things I discovered from the year 1999 to 2000 was government complicity. And why do I say so? We have reached a stage now where we are not afraid of anything anymore. In those days, we were more afraid of the enemy within than the enemy without. So today, there can be documents that I will give you, we'll put on display. When you find out that young girls are kidnapped, married off, taken away from their husbands, I mean, sometimes young girls are kidnapped, sometimes wives are kidnapped, married off Islamic way, and you will see that if someone will come, the governors were aware. I can give you a case where we had to curb a terrorist attack in Kaduna State. We could tell you the modus operandi. It started with Gumi when he came back from Mecca, when he came back from Saudi Arabia. His first tafsir in Kaduna was a call to violence, to slaughter.
Imagine.
The VHS came to me because we have been setting up early warning systems. And this
after he came back from Saudi Arabia, the first assignment was to call for slaughter. This same Gumi that is going about campaigning, telling you that they are attacking them, he's inclusive. Have you seen it?
a real early warning system is to prevent something. When we got it, we translated it into English, and at that time it was Obasanjo who was the president of Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank God for the first square general overseer, who is now Wilson Badijo, who assured me that what we prepared and gave to him was given to Obasanjo in his bedroom. But what they didn't know was that we were still monitoring Kaduna to see whether the arms build-up towards the execution was going to stop. When we saw that it was not going to stop, in fact, this is a good example I'm giving you. I had to call a special strategic session with media, because media is a force expander in this new war form, this Hydra-headed war form. At that time, the man they call Additional, who became Buhari's media, whatever, was at that time an editor-in-chief or something in one of the newspapers. They gathered together, and I told them, this is the problem. They are about to kill 600 to 900 people. Femi Additional. They are about to kill 600 to 900.
He told them, he has said here, they put them in the military, they hijacked the military, they hijacked the media, they hijacked the police, they hijacked the custom, they hijacked every system. Femi Adesina was busy telling you that it's better to live on the land than living under the land. In your own father's land, though, they wrote this thing and gave to Obasanjo. Obasanjo knew their intention and he kept it. Obasanjo still went ahead to help them to initiate Sharia law in the north. Obasanjo. But it's an Igbo people that is their problem. Whereas it is the Yorubas and the Hausas that are destroying the same country that they are fighting, that Igbo should belong to. Obasanjo is aware, it's not me that's saying it. Look at him. And he's telling you the facts. This same Gumi came from Saudi Arabia and started a campaign, which he's still doing up to now. How many years now? Check how many years Obasanjo was in position. They hijacked everywhere. Gumi, that was when you cannot say anything in the media. What they tell them to say is what they say. But now we are exposing them to change the narratives.
100 people in Kaduna. And I said to them, we have sent all the information to the army, to all the places. There's nobody stopping them. Unknown to them, we were monitoring. The Gumi boy went into the SSS office in Kaduna laughing and came out laughing. When I got that report in Lagos, we decided to call this media meeting and said, look, how do we solve this? Now, there's a headline that we had to put up where they did as if they interviewed the head of Kanu and had to interview, that's Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University. Okay? Now, when we supervised that, it was this Pantami who was a lecturer in that university at that time who put a fatwa on certain students because they preached the gospel to Muslims in a university. And at that time, when they killed that boy, we had to go and evacuate the others whose names I spoke to them recently. They are still afraid till now. The young guys brought them into Lagos. We made arrangements to take them into other countries where there's better respect for human worth. And then Sunday Achi was the name of the student who was murdered. Okay? At that time, for you to know how this thing works, there was a bishop who was working with the Obasanjo government who went to arrange for the burial of this boy. And when I said, let us make it an issue, they at that time were cooperating because they didn't realize how dangerous this Hydra is. Later, that Hydra attacked that bishop, almost killed him, finished his secretary. Fortunately, they couldn't catch his wife. They maimed him.
Jesus.
And today, he's one of the forefront advocates who has realized how dangerous this thing is. I could really give you many more examples. One of the former head of states who was claiming that there was nothing in his time, I was at a meeting with him in his home in Ota. When he gave me his own version of what he believed was going on, I said to him, sir, during your government, they were already building up more and more, infiltrating more and more. I said, do you remember a meeting you went to have in northern Nigeria when these things happened? When you left, they slaughtered every member of the family that entertained you.
Imagine.
I said they were sending you a warning to back off.
Jesus.
Now, some years later, he went for a security meeting outside Nigeria. And I think when they showed him the build-up of what is coming into Nigeria when the final phase comes. Look, the Nigerian army in totality, everybody knows what the number is. The last time they engaged the BH on 3 war fronts, it took almost 2.5 weeks to overcome. So everybody realizes that if you think the Nigerian army can withstand a combined forces of what ISWAP has planned in the future, what is working for us right now is very simple. Nigeria is 220 million people strong. The number of all these people who want to swallow Nigeria, they're not even up to 450,000.
I'm telling you.
Now, the strength of this is, let me break one nonsense that is going all around. And this is what we have to be careful to counsel the US government about. Anybody who looks and thinks that the Fulani is a primary problem is a joker. The Fulani is not the primary problem. All the combined forces of all these people is not up to 400 and something million. Now, is it this ill-educated...
400 and something thousand.
Yes. All these ill-educated, all these, what can I say, anachronistic human beings who are wearing loincloth all over the whole place, do you think that they are the real problem? Politician, but he doesn't realize that there's a global problem that he's dealing with. In order to become the president of Nigeria, nobody can argue there were deals that went on. And in essence, what he did was that he, more than anybody else, realized that there are many factors to the Hydra. In terms of the kinetics, apart from the Fulani, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP controlled, Ansar, Lakurawa and Co. And what he did was to play them against each other. So that
you are alleging that the President Tinubu had a deal with the terrorists?
Excuse me, whether we like it or not, it is no longer a secret anywhere in the world that...
So, but what's the evidence? Some people will say that...
Okay, let me give you talk. Let me just give you let me throw you one quickly. People don't realize that the Mandela bombing in Niger State, the Catholic church that was bombed in Niger State, the fellow who headed it actually was in Lagos, in Snake Island, 2 days, 3 days, and then traveled to northern Nigeria to take his team to execute. What does that tell you? Now, when he got into police custody, he was arrested and he miraculously escaped. When he escaped miraculously, where was he rearrested? Where did he take up refuge? He took up refuge in the lodge of a serving high-placed government official from Borno State, who happens to now be who? The vice president of Nigeria. So what am I talking about here? Tinubu is one heartbeat away. You see, I feel sorry for him. In a way, we need to protect President Tinubu's life. He may think
he's aware of it. So why is he also part of it? Because he was full in support of Buhari. When they wanted to disarray Jonathan, they brought in this. So Tinubu was one of the mix of this thing that is happening. He's part of it. Okay? They brought them to stop Tinubu, to stop Jonathan. But now look at it, that it is swallowing him. That is why it's not good to support evil. And to buttress what this man is saying, this pastor is saying, have we forgotten how a Hamas leader was interviewed in Nigerian media, in Arise TV channel, sorry. Have we forgotten? When they were busy attacking Israel, he came to Nigeria to come and have interview in Channels TV. Channels TV interviewed a Hamas leader. So what does it tell you? Let's go further.
That's the guts to face these people. But I can tell you something, he has totally misread the size of the problem in which he has gone to double his hands.
Okay,
These people,
you said a lot of things. These are serious allegations.
Please, don't even bother. I'm the one talking. We are, listen,
Yes.
we are the circumcision. We worship God in the spirit. We rejoice in Christ Jesus and we have no confidence in the flesh. I'm a statesman. We worry about the generations to come. I'm not worried about the next election. There's nothing I'm saying that cannot be substantiated, not only within Nigeria, but globally. So let nobody deceive themselves. He's so-called, look, why do you think the federal government is trying to deny an evident truth? And all these people who have collected 30 pieces of silver, all these people speaking from two sides of the mouth, who are just shifting positions like the mendacious president that we have, why do you think they are going on like that? Because there's a plan. If this intervention had not come, and the president was allowed to go through his 8 years.
So what he just said is he's referring to some of the pastors who will come to defend something that is indefendable. Something that's undefendable. They will come to defend it because they have received a peanut. They turn themselves to sycophants of evil against their own against the sheep they claim that is in their hands. I mean, how can somebody, you say that you are a media to Kanu, you came out to come and blow lie against the genocide of Christians?
Who will he hand over the country to? And does he think they are not wise enough to know that if they are able to eliminate him, into whose hand does the country go?
Okay.
Now, this is where the problem is.
That is it.
If the country goes into the hand of the Boko Haram, the Fulani...
That's what I used to say. So if people are telling that the military should take over, see, what is happening in Burkina Faso is entirely different. Traoré is a very normal human being. He's not a terrorist. But in Nigeria, it cannot happen. The worst, in fact, if that's the worst thing that can happen to Nigeria. Because automatically, terrorists have taken over. That is what it means. So, we are calling on America police to act fast. America police, act fast. And as you're acting, please, Nnamdi Kanu is in dilemma. Please, America, help to release Nnamdi Kanu from where they kept him in that Sokoto. He cannot even be coming from Sokoto to be attending his court case in Abuja as a result of shambolic judgment passed by Omotosho.
Will not be happy. Those who are, look, let me give you a good example. An open secret. When Shekau became
Are you saying that the country will go into the hand of Boko Haram after Tinubu?
Please, if you remember very well, just after he came in, there was some kidnappings, some bombings, and then there was an outrageous demand for one impossible, I can't remember, was it 20 billion or something, impossible amount of money. When that demand was made, it was not really because they felt that kind of money will be paid. It was
they are using it to buy more weapon. They are demanding for such to use it to buy more weapon, which they are showcasing in the social media. You people saw it in the negotiation talk they had on several occasions, and even in this video I've showed it where they were displacing it. Okay, because they know that the military, it had been taken over by terrorists. Why is it that the said coup that just happened a few weeks or month ago, was all Fulanis? Fulani militaries. What is it giving? What signal is it giving to you that the terrorists want to take over? But none of these people have been brought to book. Rather, it is only one from Bayelsa who foolishly joined them that is in prison. But the rest are being released. Okay, now keep following the sheepishly and you will be paying the price while they are answering Odariwe Jenga. They cannot be touched. And you say that we can remain in this kind of country is a very big error.
Direct message, a coded message to the presidency. Everybody is aware now that there was complicity in the times of in terms of the former president Muhammad Buhari. Like I mentioned Issa Pantami. Also, don't forget about that his interesting governor who turned against Buhari in the last minute, who was persuaded to turn against Buhari, the worst governor Kaduna State has ever had. And I said something when Kaduna State was
Governor El-Rufai.
Yes. Look, let's not even go there. Go and look at his tweets in the earlier years. Go and look at his own open admission on television that he left Nigeria to neighboring countries with money to go and sponsor the terrorists who had come to kill in Nigerian territory. Why did they have that kind of confidence then?
Imagine,
was because
who is he talking about? El-Rufai. El-Rufai, the then governor of Kaduna State. And you say that Nigerian problem can be solved. You people are dreaming. Nigerians are dreaming by saying that Nigeria can be put together, can be amended. Let's come together. It cannot. It is they have organized themselves internationally to have their headquarters in Nigeria. That is what they are trying to secure.
Knew they had entered governance. Now, as I'm speaking right now, listen, we need to reformat this country. And there's an opportunity that has come right now that if we mismanage this opportunity, let me tell you something, even God in heaven will look away when in the south part of Nigeria, in the eastern part of Nigeria, 13-year-old girls end up being raped. Look, there was a blogger recently who was being political, and I want to tell everybody prophetically right now what is coming up for those who refuse to face truth, those who refuse to give value to the lives of others. A young blogger recently said that there's no genocide, I'm a Christian, I don't feel threatened, long live P-Bat. She was one of those who was killed, if the account that is coming is right, in Kwara State in a church attack. Oh, she thought it was far away.
Any of this with the Nigerian government, have you presented?
A government that is busy denying. Listen, the moment the Nigerian government is ready, even for President Tinubu, there's a way of escape for him. I fear for his life. If you do a proper concatenation and look at the analysis of what's on the table, and the way these things are going, he can't trust anybody around him. Because there's an option open to them, which he's aware of. Okay? But Nigeria cannot afford that option.
What's the option?
Well, the point is this. If he cooperates with us, we have been studying this thing, we have been democratic in Nigeria.
This is a law.
That is exactly the truth. That is exactly the truth. They are going about campaigning for Nigeria. You have said the truth here. All right? They are busy bribing, thinking that bribe can solve the problem. Instead of you to talk on how to secure lives of the people you have come to save. That is Nigeria for you. It is a very terrible something. It's very difficult because the system has been polluted badly. So badly. So from where is it going to be amended? So what they are doing, as like my sister Adiola said, that since Trump made statements on how to intervene if they don't, then the killing has also increased. it is God's working for them to see that really it is still happening. It is God's doing for more evidence. Okay? So that those people who are going about lying, deceiving people, let the shame be on them, because it is still happening now and then. Recently, how many people have been adopted again? Over 300 people have been adopted in Niger State. So how can this thing be stopped? Just few days ago, just few days ago, over 300 have been adopted in Niger State from a Christian school. So what is it telling you? They will go and take somebody's wife, kidnap girls, and force them to marriage. Who does that? Now tell me, how many Muslim girls have they adopted and forced them into marriage? How many Muslim communities have they ransacked and renamed? I mean, let us hear this one. The Ononoga. Let's hear Ononoga. Okay, where he's playing games in Nigeria.
They find it very strange, really, that they are not cooperating. Why are they not cooperating? What is the agenda? Do they want to use it to lure Mr. Trump to come and bomb Nigeria or something like that?
And this is, of course, one of the largest mass abductions of students in this country. And I mean, listening to you talk, I imagine it is of great concern and sorrow for you. We've heard that people who've taken these students are likely to be bandits who are likely to ask for a ransom payment. Has any such ransom demand?
The highest adoption that has ever happened. The highest. Mbaka nepugodi 100 during Jonathan and 18. 300 now. But look at the question Abat is posing. Charles, I mean, let's
been received?
As far as I know, no.
And no indication of who they are?
Well, I said the security people, they know all the bandits that operate in that axis. They know them. They know them. So
what about their location? Is that known as well?
They know. I don't want to talk about the way they do their work, but I said they know all the gangsters operating along that route.
So have you seen what he said? He asked me a question. He said that they know them. In fact, let's hear him again. Let's hear him. Go no. Hey, nah.
Payment. Has any such ransom demand been received?
As far as I know, no.
And no indication of who they are?
Well, I said the security people, they know all the bandits that operate in that axis.
The security know all the bandits that are operating in that axis. The security, according to Ononoga, Bayo Ononoga says that live in Arise News is telling the whole world, and this is Bayo Ononoga is the special advisor to the president on information and strategy. Is telling the whole world that the security knows those terrorists operating in that region. So they know them. And what is their effort against the terrorists? Listen.
Know them. They know them. So
what about their location? Is that known as well?
They know. I don't want to talk about the way they do their work, but I said they know.
You don't want to talk about the way they do their work. You don't want to talk about the way they do their work, but that they know them.
All the gangsters operating along that route.
So why can't they?
But they know all the gangsters that are operating within that region. All, he said, all that they know them all. But you don't want to talk about how they are operating. But he's advisor to the security on strategy. They know all. But when they want to bring them out to say to tell the public they're rating, they will be dodging and shying away from the truth.
Destroy them before they go and attack these places. I don't understand why they have to come and wait.
Collateral damage. Look, our people are living around where they operate. So you can't just go there. Look, something happened some years ago.
Imagine what he's saying. That what they are avoiding is collateral damage. That people are living within there. That is why they cannot go to attack the terrorists. So terrorists are allowed to attack and cause damage in the region, in the locality, without thinking of collateral damage. But the military is thinking about the collateral damage in attacking the terrorists. Could you just imagine? So for how long will this continue? For how long will it continue?
In I think Borno State, ran. Even in somewhere, I think Sokoto or so, when the military thought they had the right satellite connection or something, and they went to bomb somewhere, only to find out.
Yes, we heard.
They bombed the wrong people.
Yeah.
And they need to be very careful that in the course of chasing these bandits, you don't go and bomb innocent Nigerians.
Yeah, but you just said they know where they are.
I said no. They know where they operate. They know where they operate.
Right. So basically, you don't really have a clue at this stage, and I mean you, not you in particular, but the government in general, about how to deal with this. I mean, that's the way it sounds.
Government has a clue. I said, in the case of Niger, let the school authorities, let them even tell the security people, these are the people missing.
He asked a question. Does it mean that the government are weak to handle this situation? Now he diverted that the school authority should bring the names of the people that were adopted. Could you just imagine the games they are playing over Nigerians?
No, they have a picture of what the problem they really want to deal with.
Yeah, but you have a picture. I mean, everybody knows that according to the
according
school,
to the Kanu chairman, they said,
more than 300
give us
people have
the
been
names.
adopted.
Give us the names. They don't want to give us the names. Why? What are they hiding?
Yeah, but what about the people who've been reported to have escaped?
He's now accusing the school, oh. He's now accusing the school that they don't want to give them the name. So what are they hiding? Instead of tackling the problem, which he has accepted. No.
I mean, they didn't escape.
No, what I mean
they didn't escape from the bandits.
Who hid away
They
from
were
them.
not. Nobody took them away.
Right. Okay.
They ran a tascator and they ran to their parents.
Right. Okay. The president says he's approved the redeployment of police from VIPs to the protection of sort of threatened sites. Do you know where they're being sent to, those police that are?
No, it's a matter of details for the police authority to work out. What the president was concerned with is basically that in many, in fact,
don't just understand. That is how they go about talking trash instead of addressing the problem that is facing Nigerians. They will not do that. Instead, they will be tackling issues in the other way. Look at this. The DSS and the military. The DSS and the military contacted the bandits. Did you hear it? The DSS and the military contacted the bandits, asked them to release the 38 worshippers. You know, the 38 worshippers that they went in the church. Unfortunately, the camera was on and was picking them. I felt very bad when I heard the cry of children. Children were crying helplessly. See old women, nobody knew where to hide. Some of them that went into the vestry and locked themselves. The military still came to the church and was shooting. Later, break the door and adopted. Sorry, the terrorists. The terrorists still entered. Were shooting sporadically. Break the door and adopted people from the church. This is the same Bayo Nonoga here. This thing happened in Kwara State. This is the same Bayo Ononuga here. Look at what he is saying here. That the DSS and the military contacted the bandits. They contacted them, which means they have their information. They have their contact. They are in contact. No wonder the no wonder the brigadier commander was eliminated. He said they asked them to release 38 worshippers. DSS and the military asked the bandits to release 38 worshippers. The bandits agreed and released them. We didn't pay any ransom. Could you just imagine? Bayo Ononuga, he is the one writing this. So look at what he's busy writing. That they contacted them. So if they know the means of contacting them, why can't they track them? They cannot track them. And they just told them, release these people. And they released them that they didn't pay any ransom. When Gumi have told you that they are kidnapping to get money to buy more weapons. That is how Nigeria is wasting money. Just imagine. Now, the person that came and according to the pastor, the last video, he landed in Lagos, stayed in Lagos 3 days, found his way to the north. After they attacked, when they were looking for him, he was found, he was picked in the house of a governor. And who is the person now? The vice president. The vice president. So the government of Nigeria, asking now a terrorist government, ndị nwe igwe ji ekwu okwu and now block ndị na-ede comment. You think that Canada did not know what they mean by saying that now Nigeria and APC who a terrorist government, and even PDP. When the vice president is the one harboring terrorists, the sitting president was among those people that brought them in. How can this be solved? How can we solve this problem? From where will you tackle it? Please, I don't know if anybody wants to speak. I am putting a link here while I play the jingle. If you want to speak, if you want to say anything, the mic is here. Look at the link. So while I play the jingle, you can come in. You can click the link and come into the studio to lend your voice, okay? Or to blend your voice, or to lend your voice in what we are saying, all right? So you can come in. But before then, please click the like button. I beg us. Click the like button and share and subscribe. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel and click the like button. Please share it. Share this broadcast to go viral while I play this jingle, waiting for anybody to speak. Okay. So.
Biafra is only asked for. Every night and day he's shouting and pointing to one direction. But his own people are blind and saying it's causing division. Tell me why someone will sacrifice his life for you and I? Tell me why out of sight has become out of our mind. He's asking for nothing and cares about not for these people emancipation. No. But there is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. In the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a clue. The morning sun will rise. he doesn't care about nothing and depend on his family. Yeah. Oh. Take your time and think what is going through. He doesn't want to give up but to protect you. Even when they throw him Africa choo-choo. Oh no. Yeah. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu You hate him because of envy. We love him, he's one and only. We follow him because he's ready to die for the freedom of his people. Whatever he said, it's a prophecy. Take it when you live in it and you believe. He's so fanatical and never ready to die for the freedom of his people. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a news in the morning sun will rise. There is a breaking news to those who never knew. Permit me to give you a news. The morning sun will rise. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
Please click the like button. Click the like button. Click the like button. Please click the like button, share and subscribe. Click the like button, share and subscribe. Click the like button. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for making it up for this broadcast. Thank you for joining. May the good Lord bless you. Easy coding. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aderele. Dewo. God bless you. Thank you for joining this broadcast. Gift Favor. Roslyn. Dewo. Nubiafra Divine. God bless you all. Thank you. Mondo Size. Yeah, Mondo Size. Dewo. Thank you. Thank you. I am grateful to have you. Wageziokwu. Obi dị m ụtọ to have you all. Onyinyechi, ndewo. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah. Nwanne. Okay. Nwane. Austin. God bless you. Thank you, Austino, for joining. Thank you, Direct General. God bless you all. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. God bless you all. I am grateful and grateful. Please, all you have to do is please do not forget to click the like button and share and subscribe. Send it to people. I will be happy to have you when next we are live again. Goodbye for now.